Hello YouTube friends. Today is Saturday the 17th, no not 17th, the 27th of April. I would say it's about 10:15 or something a.m. A spring feeling in the air and the sun is out. That's really wonderful. I'm a little bit hungover today, so I'm hoping a nice walk will do me some good. Today we're starting at a place we've been before, but we are heading in a different direction than we've done before. At the end of the lakes, the west end of the lakes, by the planetarium, as we just saw. Oh, I don't think I can get in that direction. I thought I could get out that way. The point is not to walk around the lakes, we've done that before. But it was blocked due to construction, so let me see if I can get out this way instead. We are heading on a little trip through Vesterbro, the cool hipster place. Let's see if we can get out this way. We can't, alright. So my plans I'm sorry. My plans have been ruined. No, we'll find a way out. It'll just not be the route that I anticipated to take you guys on, but I think we'll be alright. But yeah, we're gonna head through some of the inner parts of Vesterbro. Passing by, we're not going through the meat packing district today, but passing by it. And I think we'll try to pass through the central station, main station, train station today also. Let me watch out for traffic here. Hang on, guys. And when we pass through the central station, I think we're gonna pass by Tivoli. We're not going in there today, but if you want to see what it's like in there, you can check out my New Year's video. It was taped in there, so if you want to check out the insides of Tivoli, you can check that video out. And after that, we'll probably end up by Town Hall, the main square. Well, that's the plan anyway. Let's see if we get distracted or what happens. I think we'll go down again. If I stop talking, it's because I don't want to get run over when I'm in the middle of the street right now. This is a theater, by the way. Hang on. I'm not out as early as usual because I'm hungover. That means that the streets are not completely empty, so I need to be careful. Not just walking in the middle of the street. Usually in the morning it's no problem, but now I need to be more careful. when I'm hungover in the winter, it's almost a guarantee that I won't get outside. But since it's not too cold today, I would say it's about 8 degrees plus Celsius. Spring sun is out. That makes it a little easier to get outside, at least for me. This street here that I'm about to cross is called Vesterbro Copenhagen, so it's kind of the main street going through the entire neighborhood of Vesterbro. I have an earlier video, actually I think it was a pretty early video I did before I started talking, where I walked the entirety of this street. I'm thinking I might want to do that again at some point, since it was a very early video. Yeah, anyways, not today. Strangely enough, or oddly enough, or maybe it's not odd, I don't know. When I'm out walking, I often get ideas on where to do my next walking tours, but when I get home, I always forget. It's like, oh, where am I gonna go next? I guess I'm not a big planning guy. I mean, I have rough ideas, and sometimes if it takes a bit of travel, I do plan a little bit. But I'm more like, let's take this neighborhood today, or maybe this walk kind of roughly, and we'll wing the rest. I guess is more the kind of guy I am. Yeah, tourists blocking the entire street without having the respect of moving a little bit aside just annoys me. Anyways, it's spring, it's lovely. I think I see construction ahead. That wasn't in my plan either. We were supposed to pass through there. But let's get down there and see if there's a little path we can slip through or something, or else we'll find an alternative route. Maybe I should just find an alternative route. But anyways, behind that construction down there, and a little on the right, is where the meatpacking district is. There's a lot of cool places down there, and I think I'll take you on a proper walk down there sometime. We passed through it once or twice, but I think we'll do a proper one at some point. I think I'm gonna wing it now, because it doesn't look like we're able to pass through where I thought I wanted to pass through. This shop, or whatever we want to call it over here, actually it's not a shop. It's supposedly it's where during World War II, when we were occupied by the Nazis, this was a radio shop, but it was a front for the resistance, so they had radios and stuff in there, sure. But yeah. But it was also where they, I don't know if it was the headquarters or just where they conducted radio stuff and made, like you can see, sabotage stuff for the German occupation. This street we're at now is quite a famous street. It's called Istedgade. It's gotten pretty cleaned up now and it's more hipsterish. But this was where all the adult cinemas and drug dealers and prostitutes and all sorts of sailors and it just used to be a really, really rough area back in the day. But now it's, I guess kind of hipsterish now. They haven't woken up, I see. Still a bit quiet. See, there's still you still call it a strip club, or is it, what do you call it now? A gentleman's club? Right over here. Crystal Club Copenhagen, yeah. It says striptease cabaret. Alright, that's what they call it nowadays. Alright, let's go down here. I guess all the adult cinemas and stuff started to die out with the coming of the internet, I suppose. In the small town I come from, we didn't have stuff like that, adult clubs, and at least not to my knowledge. And after I moved to Copenhagen, the internet was here, so it's never something I've tried out myself. Those I guess they were yellow ones, the buildings across from us. Grey, yellowish, however color you want to call it now. These are buildings that are sometimes used for big beer festivals, concerts and stuff. And actually I think is it next weekend or the weekend after or something? There's like an underground metal festival going on. Not just Danish bands, but a lot of up and coming metal stuff from Denmark, but also from other countries. It's called Uncle Danny's Plads Square, if you will. It's named after a famous Danish author. Called Dan Tyrell, but people call him Uncle Danny. He's been dead for a while now. He was kind of a provocateur. And I'm not sure he's known outside of Denmark, but he was famous here at least. So he has a square named after him. And it's kind of fitting that it's a place that's not, mainstream and polished, but it's kind of a rundown place with, weird craft beer festivals and metal festivals and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Even the tourists have started to come to this place, because in the beginning I lived in Copenhagen, it was about 20 years ago now. It was still a kind of a rough place, not as rough as it was in the 60s, 70s and 80s. But now it's almost completely cleaned up. I think there is a place left a little bit further out than where we were at Istedgade that's called Mændenes Hjem. It's like home of the men. It's like for homeless people, addicts and stuff like that. That can still, just around that place, it can still get a bit rough and tumble, but mostly it's cleaned up. it's really nice that even though it's a bit cold, that you can feel the sun actually giving a little bit of warmth. It feels nice. Like I've mentioned probably many times before, you know, this is my sweet spot as well as autumn, because it's not too cold, it's not too hot. I really love this time of year, it's nice. Since I've been living in Copenhagen for about 20 years now, I thought it was about time. That's why I'm a bit hungover today, to visit Carlsberg. I'm more a craft beer kind of guy, so I've never been there. But I thought, all right, let's try it out. So we went, a few of us, took the tour, a bit touristy for my taste, but it was also kind of cool. I'm happy I did it. Had a few beers, went out for dinner, had a few beers, and then luckily I didn't get home too late, but I'm not a young man anymore. I can feel, even though I don't get that drunk, I can feel it the next day. Probably my body telling me to slow down. You can probably hear the trains now. Some new buildings being built over there. I don't know how old these buildings are, but maybe 100 years or something.
A key.
So here you can see back end of the station, if you will, so to speak.
Alla besöker Väster.
This area here, and there's even a metro station now. This used to be really dodgy, like really dodgy. You were careful when you went here. Now it's full of tourists. Let's see if we can get a better shot of the building. It's not much room here, but let's see. And I've forgotten to take pictures for my Instagram today. That's what hangovers do to you, right? Take your focus away. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the street. This is not good. I'm afraid this is as good as it gets, guy. I don't want to get run over. Anyways, let's head in through the back entrance. Okay, they completely changed this. That used to be. What the hell? Oh, okay. It's not the entrance I thought it was. Yeah, like I've said before, I have absolutely no sense of direction. The entrance over here is where I thought we would get in, but yeah. I was probably too busy outside concentrating on not getting run over, so yeah. The building itself, I don't know if you can see it, it's against the light, but yeah. Well, the building itself, if I remember correctly, it was built in the early 1900s, 1910 or something, perhaps. Old chandelier that looks pretty cool. Industrial, if you will. Oh man. But I guess in a place like this you still have to be mindful of your pockets and stuff like that, because where a lot of travelers and tourists are, pickpockets and, you know, yeah, well, pickpockets and thieves and stuff will also be here. So I think we're going to go around and then exit through the main entrance. In through the back entrance, out through the main entrance. Just ahead of us, the store is closed now, which is a pity. They tried maybe a couple of years ago to open like a luxury supermarket with really delicious stuff in there. And I was really happy about that, because I think often at a train station like this, the shops you find are kind of dismal. But apparently it didn't work, sadly. Maybe the light is better over here. I don't know if you can get an impression of this. Hopefully. But yeah, that big chandelier. Let me see if I can get a better shot of it. It's very industrial and old-timey. Hang on, guys. I don't want to get in people's faces too much. Yeah, it's against the light, so I'm not sure you'll be able to see it. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Anyways. I can't believe I forgot to take pictures for my Instagram up by the lakes with the sun and everything. Well. There we go. Oh, I think we're gonna go. This is a little bit of a detour, but I want to show you all the bikes. I also have that shot in one of my older videos, but since we're here, like I've probably said, or might even have noticed in my videos, that we all ride our bicycles here in Copenhagen. It's a bicycle town. You see, they have these these big, I don't know, racks or whatever you want to call it, on top of each other. Bikes and bikes and bikes. Let me grab a picture of that for my Insta. There we go. Alright, back to the plan. I think now we're gonna head towards more bikes over here. Let me see if we can see some trains also. We're heading towards the town square or main city hall or whatever the right English term is. Alright. Is it just me, or when you guys are hungover, are you also like double hungry than you normally are? All I can think about is junk food. You can hear a train. Or it's like that's what we call S trains. So they're like, they're not intercity, if you will. They're like suburb to suburb, whatever correct English term is for that. Oh, maybe we can have a look in if it's open. I've actually only been there once or twice, so I can't speak to the quality of this place. Let me see if I can cross the road here. It's like a food market, a food hall, and it's actually called Tivoli Food Hall, food market or whatever. I guess if it's open, we can pass through there. Let me have a look. I'm not sure. Oh, can we even cross the street here? I'm not sure. Let me see. I think we're gonna have to go back a little bit because I don't want to get run over. Actually, what I'm doing now is a bit stupid. Well, one thing has to fit the other, right?
There's also no part of that that seems good or fun to me. Like, why? The bungee jumping. Well, look, guys, I would do. No interest. Well, I mean,
Did you guys hear that? That tourist lady dropped the F-bomb on my walking tour video here. I think that's a first. All right, let's see if it's open. Oh, okay. Thank you. So, not open. It's opening now, I say here. What time is it? Yeah, no, they don't open for a bit. No, I don't want to wait around, guys. I don't have time for that, sadly. We'll do it another day. And I don't even know if it's worth having a look at, actually. I've never really been. But yeah, if you're interested, I can swing by some other time. People are queuing up for Tivoli, I see. Okay, this is... This is annoying. Yeah, like you guys probably know by now, I'm not a fan of crowds. Which is why I rarely go to this part of town, except in the early mornings. But anyways, thought now, because I've slept a little later today, that I might do it for you guys. I'm thinking sometimes maybe some of you prefer a bit more, you know, people in my videos instead of the empty morning walks. But anyways, I'm doing this as much for me as for you guys. So compromises, right? We're getting close to town square now, where I think we're gonna finish off. So a couple more minutes. Okay. They're reconstructing town hall, so you can even get a pretty picture of it. But anyways, one of the most dangerous things about Copenhagen is tourists on bicycles, because they often come from countries that are not very bike oriented. So they're really dangerous in traffic here. Anyways, guys, this is what I wanted to show you. This is against the sun, so you can probably not see much, but this is the end of the walk today. As per usual, thank you for hanging out with me and push all the buttons as per usual. And have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all hopefully next week. Bye bye.